What's trending? What's in and watch out? These are just some of the questions that inevitably ask today, considering how many new fads and trends are introduced to us on a daily basis. Many of them with a great potential of staying, while some are more likely going to be around only for a limited time. Do you ever wonder how these trends rise up to fame and what determines how long they will stay? That is the question we wish to answer in this video presentation about the fads and trends that we have lived through. By the way, this is your friendly neighborhood Diether Deguro of Hume's 11 Faith. And I am not Spider-Man, but I'm your friendly neighborhood Martis. Ha ha ha! Just kidding, and I will give you 5 fads and 5 trends that we have experienced and we have lived through.
First, let me take a selfie.
A selfie. It's a self-portrait photograph typically taken with a digital camera or a smartphone, which may be held in the hand or supported by a selfie stick. Selfies are often shared on social media via social networking services such as Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram. They are often casual in nature or mid to upper casual. A selfie typically refers to a self-portrait photos that are taken with a camera held at arm's length, as opposed to those taken by using a self-timer or remote. A selfie, however, may include multiple subjects. However, as long as the photo is being taken by one of the subjects featured, it is considered a selfie. However, some other terms for selfies with multiple people include UC, Graphy, and Wi-Fi. Alternatively, one can take a mirror selfie with the camera pointed at a mirror instead of directly at one's face, often to get a full body shot. The first known use of the word selfie in any paper on electronic medium appeared in Australian Internet Forum on 13 September 2002. Carl Krusjelnikes, Dr. Carl Self, Serb Science Forum in a post by Nathan Hoff. Until now, selfie or self-portrait photography is still circulating whole wide world and can be seen in all of social medias, therefore it's a trend. Facebook is an American online social media and social networking service owned by Meta Platforms. Founded in 2004 by Mark Zuckerberg with fellow Harvard College students and roommates Eduardo Saverin, Andrew McCollum, Dustin Moskovitz, and Chris Hodge. Its name comes from the Facebook directories often given to American university students. Membership was initially limited to Harvard students, gradually expanding to other North American universities, and since 2006, anyone over 13 years old as of 2020, Facebook claimed 2.8 billion monthly active users and ranked 4th in global internet usage. It was the most downloaded mobile app of the 2010s. Facebook can be accessed from devices with internet connectivity, such as personal computers, tablets, and smartphones. After registering, users can create a profile revealing information about themselves. You can post text, photos, and multimedia, which are shared with any other users who have agreed to be their friend or with different privacy settings publicly. Users can also communicate directly with each other with Facebook Messenger, join common interest groups, and receive notification on the activities of their Facebook friends and the pages they follow. This is a trend, for it's widely used around the globe, and it is very useful to us to reach other people from far away. smartphone is a portable device that combines mobile telephone and computing functions into one unit. They are distinguished from features phone by the stronger hardware capabilities and extensive mobile operating system, which facilitate wider software, internet encoding web browser over mobile broadband, and multimedia functionality, including music, video, cameras, and gaming, alongside core phone functions such as voice calls and text messaging. The first phone of any kind with a large capacity touchscreen was the LG Prada, announced by LG in December 2006. This was a fashionable feature phone created in collaboration with Italian luxury designer Prada with E3N's L40 by 400 pixel screen, 8 megapixel digital camera with 144 pixel video recording ability, and LED flash and miniature mirror for self-portraits. In January 2007, Apple Computer introduced the iPhone. It had a 3.5-inch capacity touchscreen with twice the common resolution of most smartphone screens at the time, and introduced multi-touch to phones, which allowed gestures such as pinching to zoom in or out on photos, maps, and web videos. The iPhone was notable as being the first device of its kind targeted at the mass market to abandon the use of a stylus, keyboard, or keypad typical of contemporary smartphone, instead using a large touchscreen for direct finger input as its means of interactions. Today, there are various types of smartphones that is being produced yearly and still making better version of it. Therefore, these smartphones are trends. Video telephony, also known as video conferencing, video teleconferencing, or for all we known as video call, is the two-way or multi-point reception and transmission of audio and video signals by people in different locations for real-time communications. While development of video conferring started in the late 19th century, the technology only became available to the public starting in the 1930s. These early demonstrations were installed at booths in post offices and shown at various world expositions. It took until 1970 for AT&T to launch the first true video conferencing system, where anyone could subscribe to the services and have the technology in their home or office. Today, we widely use video telephony, but rather known as video call, through smartphones, and it is very useful in this time. At that time, technology is nearly touched by our hands in this fast-paced environment. Therefore, video call is a trend. Po is a virtual pet game for BlackBerry 10, iOS, and Android, developed and published by Lebanese designer Paul Salami. It is similar to Tamagotchi, a fad game that required caring for a simulated creature. The player's Po can interact with other Po by visiting them when the game is connected to the internet, or play games with other Po as opponents via selected mini-games which have Po-based Po capability. The game connectivity is via Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or internet. Po disappeared for a few days in the Google Play Store in early December 2019 because the developer made an update to the game. Therefore, the Po video game is a fad. Guyeomisong or Guyeomisong, originally titled 1 plus 1 equals Guyeomi, is a song recorded by South Korean singer Harry that was released on February 18, 2013. It was inspired by a gesture made popular by South Korean rapper Jong Ilon of boy group B2B. The gesture is called Gweyomi Player, which was popularized by South Korean variety show Weekly Idol through a segment called the Agiyu Battle of Cuteness. Following Elon's guest appearance on the show in October 2012, the song went on to be a viral success and an internet meme after Korean media outlet Sports Seoul upload a clip of Harry performing the gestures and singing the song. This video has since inspired many Asian netizens to upload their own version onto the internet. And this is a fads. A self-balancing scooter, also known as hoverboard, self-balancing board, Segway or electric scooter board, is a self-balancing personal transporter consisting of two motorized wheels connected to a pair of articulated pads on which the rider places their feet. The rider controls the speed by leaning forwards or backwards, and directions of travel by twisting the pads. In January 2016, the Philippine Department of Health and Trade and Industry issued a joint advisory cautioning the public against buying them due to reports of injuries and potential electrocution connected with its usage. The advisory also stated as a precautionary measure that DOH and DTI Consumer Protection Group therefore advised parents against buying hoverboards for children under 14 years of age. In May 2016, the Mini Pro produced by Segway Incorporated received UL certifications, as did a company in Shenzhen, China in June 2016. After safety improvements in design, the UL-approved Swagtron was launched in the United States. In March 2017, a self-balancing board was found to be the cause for a fire that killed 2 children in Harrisburg. In 2018, a self-balancing board was blamed for a fire that severely damaged a Michigan home. Invented in its current form in early 2013, the device is the subject of complex patent disputes. Volume manufacture started in China in 2014 and early units were prone to catch fire due to an overheating battery, which resulted in product recalls in 2016, including over 500,000 units sold in the United States by 8 manufacturers. With these cases, the self-balancing scooter is no longer be a trending gadget. Therefore, it's a fad. A fidget spinner is a toy that consists of a ball bearing in the center of a multi-lobe, typically 2 or 3 flat structure made from metal or plastic designed to spin along its axis with pressure. Fidget spinner became trending toys in 2017, although similar devices had been invented as early as 1993. With the rapid increase in the popularity of fidget spinner in 2017, many children and teenagers began using them in school, and some schools also reported that students were trading and selling the spinner toys. As a result of their frequent use by school children, many school districts banned the toy. Some teachers argue that the spinners distracted students from their schoolwork. According to a survey conducted by Alexei Roy and published in May 2017, 32% of the largest 200 American public and private high schools had banned spinners on campus. When fidget spinner rose in popularity in 2017, many publications in the popular press discussed the marketing claims made about them for people with ADHD, autism, or anxiety. However, there is no scientific evidence that fidget spinners are effective as a treatment for children with ADHD. They quickly fell in popularity and sales after peaking in May 2017. Therefore, fidget spinner is a fad. Face masks during the COVID-19 pandemic. During the COVID-19 pandemic, face masks such as surgical masks and cloth masks are employed as a public and personal health control measures against the spread of SARS-CoV-2 in community and healthcare settings. Their use is intended as source control to limit transmission of the virus and also for personal protections to prevent infection. Properly worn masks both limit the respiratory droplets and aerosols spread by infected individuals and help protect healthy individuals from infection. Masks have been extensively adopted across the world. In March 2021, an estimated 129 billion face masks were used per month. And because of its uses to prevent the further spreading of COVID-19, still it's a trend. But I hope someday in God's perfect time that face masks will no longer needed and become fads. Because it also has disadvantage for it only become a garbage and everywhere because of people's negligence.
안녕하세요. 스타로라 오케라모 오키카요.
Koreanong Amaw goes viral on Facebook due to his Korean-speaking accent. Koreanong Amaw, a Bisaya guy from Barangay Mabuhay, General Santos caught the attention of netizens on Facebook. He became viral after he posted some videos of him speaking in Korean accent. G. Domanig is his display name on Facebook. He became viral when some of his Facebook friends shared his first video eating in front of the camera and speaking in the accent of a Korean. A few weeks later, his first video garnered over 40,000 reactions, 13,000 comments, 83,000 shared, and almost 2.5 million views on Facebook. He nicknamed himself as the Koreanong Amaw. Amaw means the person who is not very bright. After Koreanong Amaw became popular on Facebook, and every video he posted on his timeline, it just took an hour to gain thousands of reactions, shares, and views. And every video, a lot of his fans are commenting and asking him to shout out their name on the next video that he will make and share on his timeline. Koreanong Amaw caught the attention of the netizens not just because of the Korean accent when he speaks, but for the funny action also. Some of his videos are funny and hilarious. He is talking to animals on their farm and making fun with them. But this Koreanong Amaw went viral for just a couple of years and it's a fad.